Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about how to create a community even when your numbers are low. Those dreaded social media numbers. You see all these people with thousands and thousands of numbers, and you're there with your hundreds of numbers, and you're wondering, oh my god, will I ever reach this sort of numbers, and can I be taken seriously even with low numbers? Today I'm here to tell you that numbers matter, yes, but you can still create an impact even with low numbers. This video is mostly for creators and people who want to be considered authorities in their field, whether that may be food, travel, wine, fashion, so many fields, art. So if you want to be considered an authority, people believe, and even brands, if brands want to work with you, it's been said that you have to have numbers. But then the thing is, while that may be important because numbers never lie, you can still make an impact even with few numbers. Because, for example, if your topic of interest is something very niche, like for example me, wine, obviously I don't want to attract everyone because not everyone drinks wine. I want to attract just my organic followers, like 5,000 organic followers, but I'm sure that each and every person, or at least 80% of those people, are people who are interested in wine. And when I market something to them, or when I talk about a certain thing to them, it's in their area of interest. I'd rather that than having tens of thousands of people and then I have like 1% of that are only people who love wine, because I'll be like speaking to people who are not interested in what I'm talking about. So don't worry so much about the quantity, worry about the quality. That's my first tip. Make sure your followers are quality followers and not just quantity followers. So this is going to ensure that every time you have a campaign, or if you have something you're telling people, you're getting authentic followers, you're getting engagement, and you're talking to them as if they're your friends. So that is my first tip. My second tip is to go above and beyond with the value you offer. So this is something I actually recently learned, because I was so there's a time I was saying that I'm writing blog posts, I'm tweeting, I'm doing that, but I'm not getting the same love in return. I'm not getting the return. Well, it may be we're not only doing it to get people to return back the love and to always like talk to you. Sometimes we do it just to distress and to tell our story. Well, that is true. You want also to get some form of feedback from people, so you have to be giving them some sort of value. Think about the five content creators you follow. You follow them because of a reason. Either they're showing you how to do something, they're giving you some form of value, or they're giving you entertainment. They're interesting. So those are things you should think about when you're like branding yourself. You're wondering, wait, why will people follow me? For example, for me, people follow me because I really tell them a lot about wine, and people, especially people who are newbies, I really give them advice on wine on my blog, and also on my resources, on everything I do. So that will be some value that I'm providing. While my value may be a niche value and it may target like 10 out of 100 people, I'm content with that. If let's say you have you're in fashion, you would want to have to amass as many people as possible, because all those people are in your crowd, and maybe you would like to have 90% of the people listening to your message. So you will find that obviously fashion bloggers and fashion creators have more people, or people who do art and entertainment and funny things have more people. My third tip is don't obsess over numbers. Everyone started from somewhere. Even you yourself with your 10,000 followers, you started with 1 follower. So don't obsess over numbers, and if you have the numbers already, don't look down on people who don't have numbers. And this is also my message to brands. Sometimes numbers don't really show the people you should be working on. Actually, I read an article that was talking about nowadays brands are looking for niche bloggers and niche influencers, people who would rather pick somebody, some brands that is, would rather pick somebody with 5,000 followers, but you're sure 4,000 of those followers will see the message, other than people with thousands and thousands of followers, but their message is just hitting walls. And even people may have followers who are in other countries, and maybe your message is not specific to those sorts of people. My fourth tip is something that I am learning the hard way. I've always been this person who loves working on my own, which I came to realize it's a good and a bad thing still. Good because I get to channel my creative side and I do so much. bad because I don't collaborate with other people, and that is something I'm looking forward to change. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of collaborations on this channel. So collaborating with others helps your numbers grow because you're now having two sets of audiences. So for example, if Jean collaborates with person X, I'm going to be getting a base of their audience, and they're going to be getting a base on my audience. I'm sure you've seen such collaborations where, for example, in YouTube, a person may collaborate with another person, and then they create two sets of videos to air on different channels. That way you're accessing those people. So that's one way, and it's something I'm looking forward to doing. Hopefully, I'm looking for Kenyans to collaborate. If you want to collaborate with me, feel free to sort of contact me. My fourth tip is to respond to comments. Obviously, you can't be able to respond to everyone, especially if you have a lot of comments in your video. But if you go to all my videos, you will see that I try to at least respond back, like, and at least comment to that person. Because have you ever tried to comment on somebody's video or on their social media post and they don't acknowledge that they've received, and then they go down below the person below you and comment there? Like, that thing just tears me to pieces. I'm like, oh, so you saw my comment but you decided not to. I mean, it just sends like a negative sort of vibe. I don't know whether it's only me, but I believe if you're building a community, you can't afford to be proud. You have to respond. If that person took the time to write to you, respond to them. Even if it's a negative comment. I've gotten negative comments, but I respond to them positively. My next one is to take inventory and to measure. Remember how I told you not to obsess over numbers? Sometimes it's good to take inventory, but don't obsess. So taking inventory means going back to Facebook analytics and looking at, wait, how are my posts performing? Is there something I need to tweak? This post did nicely because maybe I used a good photo or I used something nice. What can I do to replicate that? So also measure and see, I got how many likes this time, and next month how many likes am I getting? So try to measure and see, am I making progress or am I like not making progress? Yeah. My final tip is to your content. Make sure you're creating your own content. I know sometimes it's like a shortcut. You pick other people's content and you start like putting them, you pick memes from somewhere or a quote from somewhere. But have you thought about creating your own content? There's a reason why people are following you, and I realize when you create your own content, people start respecting you as an authority in that field, instead of just always looking at other people's work and regurgitating it. Regurgitate, I don't know what the word is. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, instead of copying, why don't you come up with your own content? Sometimes it's good to seek inspiration. You know that book called Still Like an Artist? Yeah, we're gonna put that here. Like, sometimes it's good to seek inspiration of, wow, this girl really gets some good feedback. I think it's how she does her social media posts, or how she does her quotes, and or she has color coordinated everything. How about I try to do a bit of that on my post and see whether it works? And or, wow, this person gets this much because they do social media management and they create content every week. You can see that this person has really taken time to do their social media. Why don't I do that? So try and look at people, and people in your field, people who are excelling, draw inspiration from them. And if they're nice people, not everyone is nice though, if they're nice people, you can ask them, by the way, how do you do your social media management? Or, wow, I love your post, what is the thought process behind it? And maybe they can share a thing or two about it. So also, if you have made it, and if you have the numbers, and you've really like made it, and you're an influencer, please don't be mean to people. There's nothing as bad as people who are really standoffish, and you're just simply asking them a question like, hey, wow, I really respect your work, and they're like, oh god, I saw that comment but I won't respond. That thing is so bad. Why do you have to be proud, or why do you have to feel like you're up there and looking down on other people? If you have made it, please kindly offer value. Not to blow my own horn, but I'm one person. I know if somebody ever writes to me that, hey Jean, I want this, I'm starting a blog, I always take time to personalize my message and respond to them. You know what, do this, do this, do that. Even if I'm not the biggest blogger or the biggest writer out there, I believe that I have something that I can offer somebody who is beginning. So if you've really made it, please don't be proud, please don't feel like ushafika. Please help other people down there, and that's how people even respect you and start following you. So those are my tips for how to create value even when you have low numbers. Numbers, don't obsess so much over numbers. Numbers are good, but they're not everything. Remember that you, with your 200 followers, have a voice, and you can make an impact, and you can grow your followers. So try to give valuable content. Decide on the content you're going to do, and if you need a content calendar, I have a freebie down below. You just need to sign up and I'll send you that content calendar, and you can know how to organize your social media. So bye guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.